Hey everyone, so on request I am doing another Give It a Week. I just went and picked this up and I'm really interested to see how it does because it's the Maybelline Dream Liquid Mousse and it's supposed to be an airbrush finish, and the first ingredient is water, so I'm kind of wondering if it will be a good type of formulation for my skin tone, because I do sometimes have trouble finding ones that are not too heavy on me. Even some luminous foundations look very matte on me, so I'm curious about this. And if you've never checked out my channel, what my Give It a Weeks are is I do 4 to 6 days, usually depending on if I know what I think about it after 4 or so, of using a foundation every day and showing you guys my application, and then I usually do first impression as well as a final thoughts, which is a few minutes just reviewing all the aspects of it. And I like to do this because I think first impressions you don't necessarily get a good idea, while over the course of a few days I can definitely change up my application to see, you know, if I can figure out how to make it work, and if I can't, then I usually give it a bad review. So anyway, I've been requested to do more of them, and I thought I would start with this one because it's not too expensive, and I'm really curious because I've never really heard about it. So I have mine in Sandy Beige, and I'm going to go ahead and apply it for the first time. Okay, so far, I'm not sure that it's really done that much, but my skin's not too bad at the moment, so I don't need too much coverage. I guess, yeah, from what I can tell, it's just kind of evened everything out just a little bit, and it doesn't look cakey anywhere, which is definitely a big issue with my skin being kind of on the drier side of normal. So I'm going to go ahead and buff it just around the nose because I always find I need to do that. So that's not really going to take off any points or anything. Also on the edges, I like to always buff it. Okay, so I'm not going to apply anymore because I don't think I really need it at the moment. But so far, I'm not sure quite yet what I think. I mean, it seems nice, but you know, you can't really tell on first application. It doesn't feel super wet on the skin, but I do like to set all my foundations, so I'm going to apply a little powder. And yeah. Hey guys, so I'm here for day 2 of my Give It a Week, and today I'm pretty much just hanging out. So I decided to go ahead and put this on and wear it all day, because usually during the summer I don't wear makeup like all day long, so I thought it wasn't really going to be a fair test unless I really tried it out. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. By the way, I didn't mention this yesterday, but you have to twist the cap to get the product in case anyone was curious. Now, I'm going to try actually shaking the product today because I thought about it, and usually when you have a water-based foundation, they tell you to shake it. So, giving it a try to see if it changes the effect. Let me go ahead and apply. And I guess I'll go ahead and talk to you about what I thought of it so far. With this foundation, I actually really found that I didn't love it at first because it didn't give me a lot of coverage, and I also didn't really love the finish on my face, especially when I first applied it with powder and all that. But I will say I did think it wore really well. Like, the finish definitely got a lot nicer as the day went on, and then also I did find it actually lasted quite well. So today you can see I do have somebody I want to cover up here, so we'll see if I can do that with this. But yeah, I'm interested to see how I like it from wearing it all day long.
Pinning Polaroids on a cold brick wall, hanging fairy lights in the garden pole.
I'm going to try to layer a little more over that problem area and see if I can get extra coverage. Does not appear so. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and set that with powder and all that and go on about my day. Hey everyone, I'm here for a quick end of the day checkup since today was my lasting power day. Thought it'd be good to show you it at the end of the day. I have taken pictures periodically throughout the day, so I'll be sure to insert those here. this is about 10 hours after I applied it, and I think it holds up so well. Like, I think it looks exactly like I put it on when I put it on, except even a little better because it looked a little dry when I first applied it, but now it looks pretty good. Like I said earlier, not a whole lot of coverage on this bad boy, but I think if you had a nice long-lasting concealer, you would have a good face all day long, because where I don't have any acne, which is most of my face except for just getting over the forehead, I think it looks pretty good. So, yeah, that's about all I have to say. I'm not wearing any other makeup because it was just kind of a, you know, go for a walk, do yard work, edit some videos kind of day. Very casual, but I still was out and about a lot, so I feel like it really did test its wear power, and I actually quite like it. I think that's so far the thing I am most impressed about with this foundation. But anyway, that's about all I have to say. I don't want to make this video too long, so I will see you guys tomorrow for day 3 of this little give it a week, and talk to you then. Bye! Hey guys, it is day 3 of my give it a week, and I'm going to go ahead and hop right in. I don't really have much to say today. I'm going to go ahead and shake it up like I did yesterday. I think I'm going to maybe I might try my Real Techniques brush today, see if I can get, here it is, see if I can get just a little more coverage. It's a little dirty, but I haven't used it in a while, so I want to see if that will buff on a little more coverage, because this brush is kind of my go-to. This e.l.f. powder brush is kind of my go-to for just getting it on quickly, but today I want to see what I can do as far as coverage with this, because so far that's been my main issue with it. Now that did not buff it in like at all, so I'm going to go ahead and buff it, but as far as coverage, I actually think that did a way better job. So let me go ahead and buff it in. Makeup, I don't think I have anything else to say today, so I'll check in with you tomorrow for day 4. Hey guys, it's day 4 of my give it a week, so I'm going to go ahead and apply, and today I'm using my fingers just because I figured I have 5 days and I might as well try all application methods just to let you guys know which ones work best.
Just a box of souvenirs, 'cause maybe I pulled a panic cord.
Okay, so I never did come back yesterday, so we're now to our final day of our week-long experiment with the Dream Liquid Mousse. I'm going to go ahead and apply it using my Expert Face Brush again. I did like the way the hands applied it, but I don't really like to use my hands because then I have to go wash them and all that. So I'm just going to go with the brush, and I will go ahead and apply it and then check back in with you for my final. Okay, put the rest of my makeup on. Now I'm back for my final thoughts on the Maybelline Dream Liquid Mousse. As I said at the beginning of the week, my color is Sandy Beige, or medium 1. And yeah, I'm going to go ahead and try to get this done short and sweet. I know when I did my mascara review that was like 2 minutes long, I think that's super helpful to get you the idea without taking forever, and I tend to go on and on. So I've made notes on what I'm going to talk about, and I'm going to try to go through these as fast as possible while still, you know, giving you the good idea whether this is the foundation for you. So yeah, again, this retails for about $9, and that's at Ulta. I like to look at the Ulta website because that's usually the most expensive it will be. If you go to a drugstore or a Target or something, it's usually cheaper. I think I got mine for around $7, $8. So yes, and one of the big pros of this foundation is it's one of those ones that comes with a pump. Now this pump, I've shown you a couple times, but it's a clicky one, so you can see it's not going to release anything if I do that. I just have to twist it, and then I would press, and it would be good. It doesn't come with a cap, which that's one thing I will say kind of worries me. Like, it's fine for sitting around or being in a drawer or whatever, but if I was going to travel with it, I would be concerned that it might twist off in the makeup bag and spill. So I think I would package this in a Ziploc bag if I was going to travel. But overall, I just love that it has a pump. That's definitely great. My favorite thing is definitely the way it wears. It not only has very good lasting power, but I find that as you wear it, it looks a little better. Like, it tends to look a little fresher as, you know, it settles into your skin a little. Because when you first apply it, I actually find it looks a little dry on the skin. But again, I do like the way it wears. Also, it's pretty good at blending because, like I said, it's not super pigmented, but so you can really buff it out, and it's not, if you miss a spot, it's not going to be incredibly apparent as long as your color match is pretty good. That being said, the downside is definitely, like I said, not super amount of coverage. If you have any blemishes, I don't think this is the foundation for you. I actually find that it covered the scarring on my cheeks decently, but if I had an actual like fresh pimple earlier in the week, and I didn't like the way it did anything over that. It really just didn't do anything because it's not buildable as well. I tried to build it up and I did not find I got any more coverage. And also the last downside that comes to mind immediately is the initial finish. When I first put it on, like I said, super dry looking. I don't like that. But again, it gets better throughout the day, so I can definitely be okay with that. This foundation is marketed for normal skin, so like I said, it doesn't cover a lot, so I would really recommend it for those of you who have normal skin and lack of pimples, which is pretty average. I think a lot of people with normal skin tend to have less acne. For anyone with very dry skin or very oily skin, I do not recommend it, and it does say specifically it's for normal skin, and I think you should take that seriously. My skin's normal in the summer, so it's fine right now. I definitely would not use this on my skin beyond maybe like September, so definitely going to try to use it up now. And it's very light feeling on the skin. I forgot to mention that. You don't feel like you're wearing makeup throughout the day. I wore it to like a baseball game and I didn't feel like crazy, like I had a lot on my face, so definitely good for summer, I think. Let me go ahead and give you the claims that it has if you go on the website. Just going to read them verbatim, and then we'll go through what it actually does versus the claims. It says, this light creamy formula glides on smoothly for a flawless finish. It's water-based and it evens the skin tone and provides an airbrushed finish. The convenient pump dispenser allows you to control the amount of makeup released. So going through those claims, actually it doesn't claim too much. You know how some foundations are extremely extreme in their claims? This one is not, so you know, you get what you ask for, really. It doesn't claim to be an amazing thing. It says it glides on smoothly, and I do find it glides on pretty smoothly. I did find the best application as far as the way it looked, as well as coverage, with the Expert Face Brush by Real Techniques. I also had an okay time with the e.l.f. powder brush. And fingers, actually, I didn't have any application that was terrible. I just found the best one was the Real Techniques Expert Face Brush. Even skin tone, I actually do find it does that. Like I said, I have some dark spots right here, and I actually find that as well as any redness was covered up very well. Like overall, my skin just looks so much more even without looking too heavy or full coverage, so it's very nice for day to day. Now, the two things I'm not sure about is the flawless. Definitely not. That's a claim that it does not meet. It does not give you a flawless finish. If you're at all awkward or uncomfortable about your skin because of breakouts, I don't recommend this. I don't think it's the one for you. And then as far as the airbrushed, I don't know. I'm not like a model, so I don't know if that's that important, but I did take a few photos like with my phone and stuff to see how the flash would do, and I didn't have any more flash back than I usually do, so you know, it's okay. But anyway, now that's pretty much covering the claims. Now overall, I'm gonna give this, I think, like a 5 out of 10, just average. It's not terrible. I'm gonna use it up, but I don't think I would repurchase, just because the one thing that's really big for me, it does, when I use a liquid foundation, I want a little more of a dewy finish, and this does not give me that. So for me, I actually think I'd rather just use like my powders over there, but just a powder. Like, I actually really love the look of just powder on the skin, and this gives me like the same look, a little tiny bit of coverage, an even overall look, and similar finish. So I think I would rather than just have this and a powder, just use a powder. So that's the main reason why it's getting a lower score, because I don't think it does anything spectacular that you can't just get with a powder. If you do want a foundation, the one that I think does a similar thing that's actually way better is the NYC Smooth Skin Foundation. I'll insert a picture here. I've had 3 bottles of this, and I actually love this one applied with the fingers. And it gives you a smooth overall look, a little bit of coverage, and a very similar finish on the skin. And it's like $3, so I prefer that one if you're gonna get a foundation that does what this one does. Yeah, that's my thoughts on the Maybelline Dream Liquid Mousse, a foundation that's been around for a while, I believe. And you know, I've tried the Dream Matte Mousse before. This is just like a liquidy version, I guess. Like I said, decent foundation, but I don't recommend it for most people. I think it's a certain type of skin that it's going to look good on, which, you know, for a drugstore foundation, not great because everyone has different skin tones. So if you've tried this, let us know what you think below, because like I said, everyone's different. Also, go ahead and like this video if you found it helpful, and subscribe to see more. I'm trying to do like one give it a week a month from now on because I've had good feedback on them, so you can look forward to seeing more from me. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you all have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye!